My name is Truman Burbank. I'm 30 years old. I'm an insurance salesman living in Sea Haven, a quiet little town by the sea. I have a steady job, a beautiful wife, and a best friend I've grown up with. Every morning, I make a funny face in the mirror, head to work, and greet neighbors. My life was, how to put it, like a lake without ripples. At least, that's what I always thought. Until one day, a lamp fell from the sky. Not metaphorically. A real lamp, huge, with the words "serious" written on it, crashing into my lawn. I said it was probably a plane part, and radio said the same. But what I didn't tell you then was, when it fell, I heard a voice, faint, like someone shouting something about malfunction and attention cast. I thought I was imagining it. I should have trusted my ears sooner. Then one day, I saw my father on the street. My father died when I was 7, lost at sea in a storm. I watched his body being pulled out. But that day, he stood on the corner, in rags, dirty, staring straight at me. Before I could rush over, a group of people suddenly appeared and dragged him onto a bus. As the door closed, I saw him still looking back at me. I ran and told my mother. She said I was seeing things. I told Meryl, my wife. She said I was too stressed. I told Marlon, my best friend. He looked at me with that sincere look and said, "Buddy, you're overthinking. Everything's fine here. Everything's fine." Then I started paying attention. I noticed when my wife said "Good morning, Truman" to me every morning, she'd glance in the direction the circular wall clock in our living room. I noticed every day on the way to work, I always saw the same people. An old man on a bike, a woman walking a dog, a pair of twins with flowers. Their routes never changed, not even their gestures. One day, I secretly took a different road, drove another way. I wanted to visit other cities, go to Fiji, the place I'd always wanted to see. Guess what happened? I hit a traffic jam on a stretch that should never be jammed, blocking two whole streets. I took another road. There was a forest fire. I took another. Radio said a nuclear power plant leaked. Road closed. All roads lead to Sea Haven. All roads won't let me leave. I began to recall the past 30 years. I remembered when I was a kid, I wanted to be an explorer. My teacher immediately pulled out a world map and said the oceans were dreadful, the outside world dangerous. I remembered my first crush, a girl named Lauren. She said strange things on the beach, that everything here is fake, that someone is watching me. Then she disappeared, never to return. Her father took her away, saying they were going to Fiji. Fiji, again Fiji. I didn't understand then. Now I do. Lauren was warning me. She was an actor, extra, who broke the rules, told me the truth, and got fired. I thought about just driving away, crashing through the barriers, not caring. But looking at those sudden jams, those meaningless accidents, I realized something. If I can't leave, it's not bad luck, it's because someone doesn't want me to. That night, I made a decision. I was sailing out to sea. Do you know what I fear the most? Water. When I was 7, I watched my father drown in that ocean. Ever since, I shiver near water, even close my eyes on ferries. So that man, I know his name now, Christoph, he thought as long as the sea was there, I'd never leave. He was right for 30 years. But what he didn't know was, every morning when I made faces in the mirror, it wasn't because I was crazy. I was practicing to pretend to be happy, to pretend everything's okay, to pretend I'm normal. I practiced for 30 years. I could keep acting, a scared water insurance salesman, for my life. But I didn't want to anymore. That night, I snuck out of the basement, avoided all cameras. Yes, I'd long noticed something wrong with those clocks, chimneys, fire hydrants. I sailed out on my little sailboat, the Santa Maria. When the wind rose, I shook all over. Those waves, those dark waters, reminded me every second what happened when I was 7. I didn't know if that drowned man was really my father or just another actor. But I knew one thing: I could not turn back. The storm came. That man, Christoph, sitting on his moon, he turned on the max wave machine, raising the highest waves I'd ever seen. Lightning struck next to me. Rain hit my face. I was tied to the mast, soaking wet, trembling cold. But I didn't turn back. I shouted at the sky, "What else you got?" He had nothing left. The storm stopped. The sun rose. My ship kept going. Then, a bang. The bow hit a wall. I reached out. It wasn't air. It was hard, cold, painted blue set. That was the blue sky I'd seen for 30 years. The freedom, I thought. It was a curtain. I walked along the wall and found a staircase. I climbed up and pushed open a door. Behind it was black, nothing. As I was about to step in, a voice came from the sky. He said his is Christoph. He was the creator of the show. He said he filmed me since I was born, watched my first steps, first tooth, many first times. He said the outside world is just as fake as the one he made, same lies, same deceits. He said in his world, I had nothing to fear. I stood there and listened. You know what, for a moment, I actually felt sort of thankful to him. He gave me 30 years of life, a beautiful town, a gentle wife, a loyal friend. He kept me in the sun, no hunger, no war, real pain. He gave me a perfect world. But the problem was, this perfection was his, not mine. I didn't want to live in someone else's script. I didn't want to take the same route every day, smile at fixed cameras, have my sadness and joy scripted and broadcast to the world. I wanted my own story. Even if it's bad, even if everything outside is full of lies and deceits and mess, at least it's mine. So I turned, looked at the camera I knew was there, and smiled. Then I bowed and said, in case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Then I turned and walked into the darkness. When the door closed behind me, I heard cheers. Then quiet. I didn't know what was outside. I didn't know what I'd meet. I didn't know if Lauren was still waiting for me in Fiji. I knew nothing, but I knew one thing. I would never have to practice in the mirror again.